So what are the salient features of the community-led ecosystem management project?
So, in fact, this project is, once we get this project, and then various steps will be taken to control various deficiency of various chemicals which will affect the water, sir.
I'd like to know if there are any preventive steps also in this, corrective steps also or not, sir?
We thought of to control and also as far as this community-led ecosystem management project has been proposed so that because under this project various activities will be taken up, like reclaiming of mining areas or quarrying or collecting sites, then conservation of plant diversity, restoration of degraded forest, execution of fire and control of grazing, protection and drainage lines treatment, providing gainful employment opportunity for livelihood and adoption of integrated farming system approaches.
Since this community-led ecosystem management project, I think it is a long-term project, and we don't know when is it going to be effective, sir. But immediately when the reports came of the deterioration of the water quality of Lukha and Mintadu, what was the immediate steps or intervention on the part of the department? What steps or measures the department has taken in this regard, sir?
In fact, this pollution has been caused mainly by the drainage of coal extraction. Therefore, if this has been stopped, it will help naturally, because once rain comes, then all this pollution will be washed away, and if there's no more exploitation of coal, naturally it will cure by itself. And there are also various things, like awareness program has been launched in every areas, so that the people should understand about this ecological effects.
It is a fact that once Wamkra River is crystal clear water and had served its best to add beauty to Shillong city. Not only that, people used to spend leisure time by the river where there was fresh air and the greenery of the environment. People also at that time went for fishing and swimming. Mr. Speaker, sir, the government have spent crores of rupees to beautify Shillong, be it at Khyndai, this Bazaar, Matpran, Lamkra and other places. I don't have any objection on this matter, but it would be more preferable if the government could take serious steps to beautify Shillong by cleaning the Wamkra River. In this matter, may I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge whether the government has taken any action to improve or restore the Wamkra River to its past glory?
From the Department of Water Resource, we have only one scheme which we have submitted to the Government of India, And in that scheme, scheme is for flood control, but in that scheme, we have a component also for channel improvement, so that through this program, we thought of that all the dirt and the what you call the waste which has been flowing will be removed, and then it can be made little straight for the river and all, so that it can flow by itself. But there's no specific projects for cleaning of the river, sir. But of course we have seen that NGOs and various organizations have been launching program for cleaning of the river. That is from the private organization. But from this department, sir, there's only one project which has been submitted to Government of India, is to control the flood and also to drain the river, sir, so that not much dirt could be collected in that area, sir.
That means we have to wait till the Government of India sanction this project. But Mr. Speaker, sir, we are glad to know that the government would transform Polo into Times Square, the most bustling square of New York. The Honorable Chief Minister himself says that the government would also set itself to restore the past glory of Wamkra River and will start by cleaning it. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know the action to be taken or the steps to be taken by the department concerned in this regard, by its own?
For that purpose, there are various departments who will look into this, and I think from urban also they'll take up have various schemes so that this river could be clean and it may be revert back to the earlier times.
Mr. Speaker, sir, what we see now, the condition of Wamkra river is very painful. People have destroyed its beauty by releasing waste materials into the river. May I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge, whether the department concerned is aware that people are still dumping waste into the river, and what kind of action will be taken to these people?
Sir, as I said, that various NGOs of the city have taken various steps to make awareness to the people, and also from the district administration also they are doing the same thing, and therefore waste are being controlled in various localities by those various localities and NGOs. And therefore, and also as I said that urban development of the government also are taking various steps to check all this waste which has been, which the people are throwing everywhere. So, therefore, if the community as a whole have the responsibility of controlling this, I think not much waste will be flowing to the river Wamkra.
I just want to know what kind of action has been taken to these people. What kind of action, whether they has been arrested or, I just want to know.
No, sir, as I said, that various NGOs, they are making awareness program for the people not to throw waste everywhere and to control by themselves. So there's nothing like that to arrest anybody, but that we should not do that, so that the city could be clean. Otherwise, nobody can check. If we ourselves throw out waste in the river, naturally it will be accumulated there and it will get spoiled. That's the point. So that's what I say, that various steps have been taken, not only to arrest people, but to make the people aware of the unhygienic and bad practice of the people. That's the only thing.
Awareness program has been organized by certain NGOs, but the people still continuing to dumping waste into the river, and that we are very concerned about this. That's what I'm asking. What kind of action will be taken to these people? Okay, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to inform inside the House, especially to the Deputy Chief Minister, that we also get awful or unpleasant smell these days which comes from the river, and this has affected the health of the people staying near the river and also to school, colleges, students and the passers-by. Mr. Speaker, sir, in this regard, may I know whether the government has taken immediate steps so as to prevent any health hazard that can cause into it?
If there is nothing, there is nothing which various departments are looking into. So various steps will be taken by the various departments.
Since it has been the habit of a human being to throw to the nearest dump and then let it go just by itself, whether any facilitation will be facilitated to those who are living by the side of this Waumkara river, as rightly said by the Deputy Chief Minister. He said that when the rain comes, the rain will automatically, it will clean the river. So, if if facility can be provided to those who are living by the side of the Waumkara river, whether any plan for the facilitation, so that instead of throwing those waste product to the river, they can throw the waste where it will not go to the river.
So various facilities have been provided by the municipality and also by various localities who are outside the municipality also.
Other than municipality, any special package to those who are living by the side of this Waumkara river? Because since this Waumkara river is in the middle of the city, and then it has been becoming one of the big issue, and then being the dweller of the city, we have to behold the beauty of the city itself. So I want to know whether any special package to facilitate those who are living by the side of this Waumkara river.
From this department, there's nothing like that, son. As I said, that we have submitted only one scheme to the government of India so that we could make this river in such a way that it can flow properly. That's the only thing. That is it.
Okay, thank you. With that, we have come to the close of the question hour for the day.
Sir, the schedule of boundary as notified under the Shillong Master Plan is as follows. The Shillong Master Plan includes the Shillong municipalities, Shillong Cantonment, Madanriting, Maulai, Nothumai, Unthor Umkra, and 32 neighboring villages, mainly Moklot, Langsotun, 6th mile Upper Shillong, 5th mile Upper Shillong, 4th mile Upper Shillong, 3rd mile Upper Shillong, Nokse, Umlingka, Nongmansong, Nongrat, Renja, Umpling, Maupat, Isherwat, Mautawar, Maukunrop, Maulimrei, Mausubut, Nong Umrong, Latkor, Nong Pur, Nong Klau, Linkin, Maupat, Maudiang, Madan Seisit, Maukasyang, Sejong, Tenring, Maupdang, Umpernai, Maulangat, and Maulong. Schedule of boundaries, Node. Point A to B, Barapani and Waamkra. Point B to C, foot track from Waumyam up to Kacha Road going to Bhoirambong. Point C to D, Kacha Road from Nongklau up to Wa Tamdong. Point D to E, Wa Tamdong. East. Point E to F, foot track from Wa Tamdong to Kacha Road leading to Bhoirambong. Point F to G, Kacha Road leading to Bhoirambong. Point G to H, foot track near Seit up to Kacha Road going to Umro. Point H to I, from Kacha Road going to Umro and foot track to Tendring. Point I to J, Kacha Road from Tendring to Maupdang. Point J to K, Kacha Road from Maupdang to Wa Umken. Point K to L, Wa Umken. Point L to M, Kacha Road from Wa Ling Umken up to North. NH 44 near Sorumkham. South. Point M to N, NH 44 up to Latkor.
May I know whether it is mandatory for to obtain the prior permission from the MUDA before constructing any building within this area?
Yes, sir.
What is the response so far from the villagers or from the village authority?
So we have about 57 applications that we have processed so far from outside the municipal area. However, in the new situation of taking loans from the bank does not initiate any loan to any applicant until and unless the applicant has gotten necessary due permissions from MUDA for building permission, sir.
Sir, it appears that many villages have been included in that area of the MUDA. May I know whether the number of the staff, including technical staff, has been increased in the MUDA to avoid any delay?
Yes, sir. In recent times, we have upgraded the junior engineer posts, and we are ensuring that the staff do go to their designated locations. But because of the width of this vast area, off and on we have been found to lapse, and then we are working on it, sir, to increase. But we do have the necessary manpower, sir.
How long it takes for applicant to get permission?
Applicants are expected to receive information from the MUDA within 21 days as per the Act. However, within 30 days, if there has been no communication given to the applicants under Clause 8E, deemed permission is granted after 30 days.
Applicants is very meager compared to the number of villages mentioned as falling under the master plan area. May I know what are the steps that the department is taking or is contemplating in order to ensure that there is 100% compliance with the requirements of the MUDA as far as building permissions is concerned?
The LO has brought this very important matter to the House after he had seen an advertisement to this effect coming out in the newspaper on the 22nd of January 2015. This is indicative of the seriousness in which the MUDA is contemplating on executing that the building bylaws to the entire jurisdiction of the state. I also have several letters of consultations initiated with Rangbashnong's headmen. I also have several copies of gazetted notifications from time to time since 1989 onwards. This is an ongoing process. Yes, we were a little apprehensive with jurisdictions falling outside the municipal area, but in the recent times you have seen that we have a legal system which is very alert. We would not want to be found lacking in any way, and hence we are now bounded by the Act and will go all out to ensure that safety of residents is a prime concern while construction of their homes and buildings is being executed, sir.
An intense publicity campaign, because as the Minister mentioned, this is linked to the safety of the citizens themselves, residents, because it is only duly certified houses that are certified as safe that can ensure that the level of safety of housing units is enhanced. So, any plans to embark on such a campaign?
So we were faced with a lot of resistance from areas falling in the 6th schedule areas. But in the recent days, we have seen that there were several interventions, judiciary interventions, which have come to our rescue. We are more confident today about ensuring that the building bylaw, Meghalaya building bylaws, are implemented in spirit.
Leadership and pragmatic social responsibilities to the people, sir. And this is linked with the identity and moral responsibilities of the people, sir. It has been said, all communities have a culture. All communities have a culture, sir. And this culture is the climate of their civilization. Traditional institutions in Meghalaya, sir, by adhering to traditional wisdom and values, have administered their own area jurisdiction remarkably well, and this also has been amply demonstrated, sir. Decision making based on collective conscience and consensus brings about harmony and unity in the system, sir. So having said this, there is no denying the fact that traditional institutions remains a significant element in society, and this fact cannot be ignored, sir. Traditional institutions in the state of Meghalaya have been in existence even before the state formation, and a modern system of administration came into place, sir. And this is even much before the colonial period, sir. And if one is to understand the working and functioning of the traditional institutions, one also has to understand the essence of the Khasi social structure, the kinship and clan affiliations. It is from these relationships, the traditional institutions has to be understood. And we're all aware that as far as the functioning of traditional institutions is concerned, it is voluntary in nature. It is voluntary in nature, sir. And whether we talk of urban areas or in the rural areas, I think this traditional wisdom, as demonstrated by the people living in those areas, they have demonstrated remarkably well as far as the administration of the villages and the localities are concerned, sir. And I would like to make a note here, sir, that when we talk of traditional wisdom, it does not mean that to run the affairs of a locality or a village, a person has to be educated or a person has to be qualified. We have seen in our state, in our society, when we talk of the administration and governance of these localities and villages, because of the wisdom of the traditional heads, we were able to run the affairs of the locality and the villages very well, sir.
I think it has also become a turning point in the history of the Dorbar, the traditional institution. It marks the shift from the traditional mold of the Dorbars to a modern entity, and it also marks and represents the very old conflict between tradition and modernity. So I would like to appreciate the fact that the Honorable Chief Minister has in fact deemed it fit to convene a meeting with all vital stakeholders on this matter. There certainly is urgency, there certainly is an imperative need to now define the role and responsibilities of the Dorbar, and while doing so, I think it is very important that a few points which would help the Dorbar to evolve as engines of modern democracy. One factor, sir, is to keep in mind that while the then Prime Minister of India, Rajiv Gandhi, had piloted the Panchayati Raj Bill, he had made very significant remarks about the fact that the state of Meghalaya enjoys a very peculiar system of traditional governance, which is the Dorbar, and I think it would be only logical at this point of time to take the remarks of the former Prime Minister forward, and that is to ensure that the office of the Dorbar are also covered under the direct funding of the Government of India. Sir, this is very important because today, apart from a number of issues, a number of complaints, a number of grievances that have been articulated against the Dorbar Snongs, one major complaint is that they tend to be corrupt and to promote nepotism. So to deal with corruption first, I think it is only natural if a holder of an office, a very important office of Rangba Snong, to be tempted to indulge in corruption because he does not even enjoy any paid emoluments or salaries. It is natural that in today's age, where the Rangba Snong, the office bearers of the Snongs, are required to, as the mover has pointed out, to discharge several responsibilities. It is difficult to think of any such holder of an important office to discharge such duties voluntarily and without any financial remuneration. Therefore, in the scheme of things that the government has conceived, which is to come up with a legislation on the power of the Dorbar Snongs, I think first and foremost, we should ensure that they come under the scheme of direct funding, as is being done to other models of grassroots democracy like the panchayats. Number two, sir, I think that institutionalizing the traditional institutions at this stage should also ensure an end to nepotism, which is being practiced in varying degrees across the Khasi Jainte Hills by the traditional institutions. And to do that, I would suggest that there should be a fixed tenure for the office of the Dorbar Snong, including the election of the Rangba Snong, who should hold office for a definite period, preferably 5 years.
The government understands the complex nature of the subject and is concerned with the far-reaching implication it will have on the people of the state. Mr. Chairman, sir, with the recent development, the effects are being felt more than before. The government is of the opinion that one of the ways out of this complex situation is by institutionalizing the traditional institution. As a first step in this direction, the Chief Minister has convened a meeting on the 4th March 2015, which was attended by all stakeholders, including members of this August House, the representative of all political parties, the chief executive members of 2 autonomous district councils, that is Khasi and Jainte Hills, members of the district council representatives of traditional institutions, and members of civil societies. The purpose of this meeting was to listen to the enlightened views, ideas, concepts, and suggestions from the members who attended the meeting, and to find out ways and means to further empower these institutions. The discussion in the said meetings culminated
into a unanimous decision to constitute a committee with Dr. Didi Lepang, MLA, and Chief Advisor to the government as chairman, and members of all political parties, CMs and leader of opposition of both autonomous district councils, presidents Sejut Kirong Bashnong, both urban and rural, Dorbar Kirong Bashnong Jainte Hills, CMs, Dalois and representative of civil societies as members, with a view to finding out ways and means and mapping out modalities to empower the institutionalization, to institutionalize the traditional bodies, and the term of this reference of this committee is, and the term of the reference of this committee is being finalized. So, on the other hand, the Khyndai Autonomous District Council has forwarded the Village Acquisition Bill 2014 to the state government for seeking approval and assent of the governor. The said bill is under examination by the state government on some relevant issues in the proposed enactment. However, the state government would like to place on record that it will not interfere with the law-making power of the District Council on the subject as provided under the 6th Schedule to the Constitution of India. The government will generally restrict itself to ensure that the laws made by the District Council are in conformity with the relevant paragraph of the 6th Schedule and that they do not come into conflict with the constitutional provision or with any other existing legal provision enacted under the union or state laws. Under these circumstances, Mr. Speaker, sir, the state government will wait for the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council Village Administration Bill 2014 is assent to by the governor and the bill becomes a law. Mr. Speaker, sir, I fully appreciated the points raised by the honorable members. The very fact that the committee is being constituted with representative of the stakeholders is an indication of the intention of the government for institutionalizing the traditional institution. The best practice adopted by the village Dorbar can be replicated for implementation in a uniform manner. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to say that the issues raised under this resolution as expressed by the honorable members will be taken by the government at the appropriate time. So, and since the government is constituting the committee on this matter, I feel that the government, we will wait for the report of this committee and action will be taken appropriately.